akiniita, nitaitika, akiniita, nitaitika, nitafanya kazi ya Bwana. Akiniita, nitaitika, akiniita, nitaitika, akiniita.
Welcome, welcome. We are glad and excited. Oh, wow. Through CAC TV, the Presbyterian Church Men Fellowship, a fellowship with a vision to grow men, to be transformed so that they can serve God's purpose through becoming witnesses and also serving for the glory of God. In studio, we are with two key leaders in the men ministry. We have the chairman of the board, Reverend David Modoi. You'll be one of the discussants as we have a conversation. Reverend Modoi, you can say hi.
Hi to you all and welcome to this discussion. Thank you.
On the other hand, right hand, we cannot talk about men ministry without the young people, the young men. And today we have one champion from one of our parishes, Alex. Alex, you have an opportunity to say hi from PCM Motero.
Hi, over there, it's Alex Jenga from PCM Motero, and I am happy to be here with our director in the journey of mentorship, where the fathers and the sons meet to interact, and we are given the mantle.
Good, thank you. You have an interactive session. So men should not be lazy, but they should be proactive. And today we will engage our chairman, since he has been in the board and also as a parish minister, a leader even in the presbytery, even in the region, to share more about the core programs in the men ministry, so that as we will finally anchor on one, we hear what programs do we have in the men ministry.
Wow. Thank you, Bwana Director. I want to once again welcome you all to this a very important discussion. We encourage men to socialize. It's part of spirituality and to create some brotherhood. One of the problems and challenges with men, Bwana Director,
Yes.
is that sometimes men can go through many difficulties without sharing with one another. Yes, and therefore the PCMF creates a forum where men can sit down and share what they are going through. Program number 2 is on man and family, where as we talk about men and work, the first responsibility for man is to take care of the family, as he provides, as he guides, as he also takes the priestly role to pray for the family. And this is a very key pillar, which we encourage every member of PCMF should be very cautious on how they raise up their families. Number 3 program that we have for men is mentorship, where we mentor from young boys to when they are young adults, like we have our brother here. And we say mentorship is a long-term process. It's not an event that we do once and we forget. It's a long-term process. There are times that we thought mentorship is only ropes, but we have identified that this is a program that starts when the children are young, and right now with the change of the curriculum, from when they are in standard 7, they join the junior high school. We work with young boys, and to when they graduate from grade 9, and then even after they have gone through the rite of passage, the CAT, we also follow them up to when they are in the university. Yes. So we continue encouraging men in all our formations, in our congregations, that this pillar should be taken with a lot of caution, and it doesn't just start when we are doing the rite of passage. Actually, we encourage men to be also in church school. Yes. When the church school children are being taught, they need to see the man figure
Yeah.
so that they can identify, the boys can identify with the fatherhood. Number 4 program is man and environment. We are living in a dispensation where we have a lot of chaos because of men disturbing the environment, and we are calling men to take care of the environment. Do something to make the world habitable. In your home, plant at least a tree, even if it is not a big tree or you don't have a big compound, some flowers, a fruit tree. Like today we have avocados, the has, which does not grow very tall. You just identify a tree that you can plant, that you can identify yourself with as an environmentalist. So men are supposed to take care of the environment and encourage those who have big lands to have some trees. And not only, we don't now talk about planting trees, we grow them. It's because we are excited at planting, but we don't follow whether they have grown. And that is something that our men are taking
Even
about.
you can adopt.
Sure.
Yes.
You plant and adopt.
Yes.
When you plant in schools, you take boys or children to adopt a tree, they water it, they see it grow, and it's a wonderful thing. Now, the fifth pillar for men is man and economic activities. Man is a responsible figure. And if you want a man to be strong, he must be endowed economically. And therefore, we have programs that we encourage men to work together to see what they can do. And we have a very, very brilliant example of Uniters Winner Circle, which is one of the biggest circles in the Republic, was started by men. And it has helped so many people to grow economically. We encourage, because there are also circles in our parishes, men to join those circles so that they are empowered. And then lastly, we have a program that we call Man and Health. Man and Health. Because, again, Director, men has a problem.
Yes.
When they are sick, they don't go to hospital. We encourage men in their fellowships to sit and discuss on issues pertaining their health. They can have somebody to come and speak to them on various challenges that men faces at different phases of life, when they are young, at their middle age, at their old age. And we encourage men to just talk out so that they are aware of what they are going through. And in this pillar, we also attach the issue of addiction. Because again, men have been thrown off balance by alcohol and other drugs. And I think those 6 are the programs that we have. And we really want to thank our men, because we have really rallied and carried these programs. And we encourage all the congregation parishes to at least have one pillar that they can specialize in. We have some parishes like Kariobangi South, which are champions in one area, the issue of fellowship, the issue of the choirs, that they have perfected on that. We may not have all the parishes doing them, but they are the ones that are mandatory, like the man in spirituality should cut across all the parishes. But the others, we encourage men to take up one and run with it, so that they can master it, and they can be like authority on a program, and it becomes a benchmark for all the other parishes across the church. Thank you so much, Director.
Thank you, Reverend David. And indeed, it's good as the word of giving a congratulations to parishes, congregations, the way we have journeyed with focusing on evaluating some of the parishes. We have done us proud. In mentorship, like the ropes, in environmental care, even in economic empowerment, like where you mentioned the circles. I know you have been in the easterns of Nairobi, mentoring the Umoja United Winner Circle now, Alia Umoja Nadhani Circle, and doing very well. We commend the good work. And also, we have programs like now mentorship and that. And I would love, since mentorship is a core pillar in the PCMF, where we say mentorship is an unjudgmental relationship between somebody who is considered to be higher in wisdom, in knowledge of something, mentoring another one so that that person will also be endowed and will be able to stand out. We have Alex here with us from PCM Hotel, and their mentorship program has been one of a kind. We have witnessed this even in our general conferences, where even when they come for the conference, there is always the father leader and also the YPCMF leader. So we'll engage Alex to share more on the role of mentorship in building and transforming men to be kingdom men. What input can you share here with the viewers and the listeners?
Thank you very much, Director. And actually, it's to appreciate you for being so intentional with the mentorship of young men in the PCMF. And actually, I've seen the young men working very closely with the fathers and being very intentional. And for me, it's just to encourage each and every PCMF outside there, in the congregation, in the parishes, in the presbytery, to be intentional with holding the young men's hands, because the journey of transformation, just as our Reverend Modoi just shared with us, is that it's a transformative journey. It's not about an event. It's there a father taking up a son, holding the hand, because very soon the mantle is going to come to us young men. And for us young men, it is for us, bearing in mind the theme of this year, serving God's purpose with a cost, it is for us to go to an extra mile and serving God in an excellent way, because we serve an excellent God. I have seen one of the key things and key areas that have been assisting us is just from the word of God in the book of Psalms chapter 119. How can a young man live in a pure way? It's just by studying the word of God. The Bible study that was introduced to us by our director has been a key factor as an instrument in our growth as young people, and being rooted in the word of God is the only way and the only possible key thing that can make us not to fall into temptation and strive more as young people. And also the fathers being intentional, where you have bonfires and invite more young men, inviting them to come, hear the fathers conversing, hear the fathers speak. One or the other way, the young man will pick something great, because our senior fathers, they are our mentors. And that is a very key area, that when we introduce more bonfires in our churches and invite young men, they are going to have something they can pick into that. Also, even having prayers and being intentional, where fathers invite the young men to come and pray in church. And for us, young men, when we are called, let us reach there. When there is a meeting in the PCMF, let us be intentional and be there, because it is only there we are going to have much, and we are going to be groomed as good leaders. We are going to be groomed as even fathers, because we are the ones who are entering into marriage, some of us. Some of the young men are already in marriage.
Sure.
And when you walk with our fathers, you are going to see, like our director here has been in marriage for so long, our Reverend Modoi, and they are going to encourage us. Because right now in the dispensation that we are living right now, it is a very, we are living in the end times.
And here I cut you short, Alex. You know, there are those who are saying marriage is a scam. It's not for you. But I want to say, as you put the emphasis, marriage is still doable, it's possible, and marrying the right way, a man and a woman, and you raise a family for the glory of God. Now, you have mentioned something to do with being mentored and encouraged through the journey even of relationships. And Motero, you have journeyed through from the ropes, the rite of passage, when the boys are prepared for crossing over to be young adults. Then again, through the youth fellowship, you have engaged an intentional journey, and we appreciate the formation of that leverage. As we marked 50 years for PCMF, we noted that the youngest why PCMF we can defy is an elder from Motero.
Yes.
And I would like you speaking to this whether the relationship has been friendship or you have been coerced to join the men fellowship. How do you do it? Do you have even time to eat together?
Okay, yes, very much. It's been an intentional journey. Nobody has been coerced to join it. It is wholeheartedly because of when you see the father is very intentional to hold your hand, the young man just goes running into there. And also giving the young men an opportunity to hold the teenagers who are entering into the ropes program. Most of the time, the young men are the one who champion the ROP, and they are the mentors. So there was a gap between the ROP and the PCMF. Hapo the generation, kuna generation that was missing there. But right now you can see there's the teenagers who transit now to the young PCMF and later join into the PCMF fellowship. Through that journey, it comes automatically. You get out of when the teenager transits even to being a young adult, you just get them, I want to join the men fellowship because iko na vibe yake tu. Unasikia tu when you interact, there is no, we meet like brothers. Hakuna ile ati huyu ni mzae, huyu ni nani, tuko hapo sisi wote. And it brings a lot of warmth, a lot of warmth. That nobody is felt out of place. Nobody feels that I am not supposed to be here. And even having the young PCMF in our church, who is Elder Morigo, and also having our fathers in faith, Reverend Wanjao and Reverend Gatu, they have planted, they have planted a seed in us, and actually that seed of faith. So even us outside there, let us encourage young men, let us encourage the young men to take up the roles even in the ROP. They are very much capable. And when a young man is shown responsibility, they pick up. Leave it to them wholeheartedly. Yeah.
So here, Alex, you underscore a key requirement in mentorship. For us to get better results, we must stand out as role models. You have mentioned some of our fathers who have already gone to be with the Lord. And when we read Hebrews 12, it talks of a crowd of witnesses. And those witnesses are no longer there. They are testimonies and how they stood and encourage us to move on. So when we hear of the very Reverend Dr. John Gato, I remember one time sitting with him in a time of interview, and he talked about the rite of passage. Started with few boys there in Motero, those days. Then later, we see the chance God gave to Reverend Dr. Kogo, now responding to the challenge of drugs, and found the young men need to be mentored, and the ROP came in handy through the Church of the Torch, and along the way, parishes now embraced that, and it becomes a key program. I would like, since Motero has set a good standard, we have Kariobangi South also doing very intentional mentorship program with a big team of young men, even forming young men choirs. Another day I went to Evergreen, I found they also mentor the little small boys. They sing in a choir, and they have a father who is conducting that choir. There is that friendship. When they slaughter a goat, it's not only the fathers who are eating that goat, they will have even their sons and even the grandsons. So I would say mentorship is an intergenerational process of fathers engaging with the sons, even those sons engaging with their younger siblings, so that we can raise transformed men for the glory of God. And we cannot add this discussion, Reverend Mudoi, without putting something deeper about the ROP, as mentioned by Alex. Currently, we are in the season. And even men are asking me, what is the age group? I will be coming to that at the end. But speaking to this ROP, where we need the role of the stakeholders.
Yes, thank you, Bwana Director. And I think this time or this dispensation, we are having a lot of, and even we have seen a lot of posters from our churches, from our parishes, and we continue thanking all men that have organized something for these young boys that want to transit. And we want to encourage us that this is not just about that boy. Let us encourage that we have other stakeholders, the parents, and involve them. Let us have a sitting with the parents. Let us tell them the processes that we are taking. Let us tell them the topics that we are going to teach these children as they go through the rite of passage. Let us also listen to them and hear their expectations. We also have the mentors, the young men, the PCMF, who will be also taking a very key role. Let us not just assume that they know what they need to do. Sit down with them, talk to them, and exchange some views, and so that we can always keep on becoming better. Let us, our rope director, be something that in some years other churches will come to benchmark with us, because we have areas of growth, and we want to keep on improving every other day. And therefore, it is very important to bring all the stakeholders and even the doctors that will be doing that, performing that. It is good to let us not just engage them as that very day. Let us sit down with them, tell them our expectations, so that as they do that work, we are like one conjoined team that is working together for this. And again, it's not about just cut, it is the transformational process that we work with 5, 7, 10 years, even after the cut, until we see these men have become men of purpose.
Amen. And thank you, Remodo, as you mentioned, the stakeholders, there are many, even the pastoral team. It can appear awkward in a parish where the pastoral team, headed by the teaching elder, the minister, together with the ruling elders who are patrons, together with the evangelist who is having the catechism role, and the part of the catechism is part of the mentorship. If we don't plug in and understand which is our role, even reading prayers for when they are meeting the boys, the girls, the parents, so that there can be that synergy of a whole stakeholder team. Likewise, today we are seeing the direction we go, and I know one of these days we will engage Reverend Mahinda on this, as he spoke it on the online platform, about the medical line and even the rights of children, and also the rights for the medical professionals, so that we will walk with the times. And we appreciate that we have seen the posters again, as Reverend you have spoken, and one parish which has encouraged us, I love speaking about testimonies, is PCA Kenyatta Road. They started very early. We could see their first meeting with the parents. Maybe I have not engaged with the others. Others even begin early, like our farmers, even 6 months earlier, or even early in the year. Then we have seen they have invited a second sitting with the parents. And now even after the exams, by Monday for the Kijisea and the other Kepsea, this is when now you'll be going through the second stage of the process. Because any rite of passage has to respect three phases. Separation. If you don't separate somebody from the usual, there will be no impact. And that's why we had earlier recommended the cutting of the boys was to wait a little bit when we found the exam, which used to make them cross over to secondary education, was still domiciled in primary. And that gave us a challenge, though we cannot blame anyone because it's back, forth, listening to one another. But now, since we have the senior secondary, or where now they will cross over from the junior secondary to the other one through the Kijisea, we appreciate that now you have a harmony, whereby now the separation will be handled. You are moving from primary, whole primary education, now to senior secondary education. As we call this one junior secondary a little bit, because they will be going to actual new environment of high school. Then, at the same time, we also need what we call transition. No rite of passage, no rite of passage without a transition, a journey. And you mentioned process. And that transition is not an event, it's a process. Then there comes the third stage we call the incorporation. It's like even when we give our lives to Christ and we are born again, we are not taken from this world. We are still incorporated back to the world. We are sent to the people. So meaning, this young adult will also live with people, even in the community, and must take responsibilities growing up. So we need separation, transition, and incorporation. And that's why, again, we want to say, the rite of passage, we are not conducting it as an event.
It's a process.
A process that needs all the stakeholders to come on board. We commend again the parishes for the work they are doing, and the keeper. Maybe for our parting shot, Reverend Modoy. PCMF week is here.
Yes.
Say something, then we are done. We sing our song, and then we are done.
Yes, and we are calling men in this PCMF week 2025. Our theme is on giving a sacrifice that costs you something. And we want to encourage men, because our running call for men is work, and work is costly. You give yourself, you sacrifice so much, and especially those people who are employed, you can imagine how much you sacrifice, leaving at your home sometimes 5 a.m. and coming home late, giving all your energy to that. That's a sacrifice that you give so that you earn something. We want to encourage men, because we are living at a time when, director, people want so much, but they don't want to give anything. So if you want a good family, if you want a good church, if you want a good livelihood, there must be a cost that comes with it. If you want to serve God, it's not just appearing there and saying something. It must cost us something. Therefore, we want to encourage our men during this week. Let us try to understand this theme. We also encourage you to follow the program to the letter, the activities that are lined up there, and we want to wish you a very fabulous week on 9th of November, where we will be celebrating the PCMF Sunday and collect some money for our programs. We wish you well, and we thank God for the great ministry that God has given us and the responsibilities that God has given us.
Thank you, thank you. Then Alex, one parting shot. What do you tell the young men in the YPCMF for the week?
Yes, for me, all young men, I just make an appeal to you. Let us serve God, God's purpose with a cost. This journey, it is not going to be easy, but when we seek God and we study the word of the Lord, we are going to be founded, because we are living in an era where we have a lot of defilement there. But when you stick in the word of the Lord, you are going to be saved, and you are going to be, you are going to escape from all this that is happening in the world. So don't be left behind. Let us dive into the week. Don't be left behind. Any young man, any teenager, we have said it's a process. Any young man in that church, don't be left behind. Let us follow our fathers, and for sure we are going to have an excellent week, and God is going to bless us. And also, I will just encourage us that let us continue studying the word of the Lord, and let us continue in prayer. Let us have a fervent spirit, and the Lord being our guide, we shall go far.
One last one before we sing, Ramodo. It is now striking my mind. I know the week will be marking the climax. Some parishes end with a high note. They have already recruited men for ordination, for dedication they be given the badges, and even for commissioning. And since there is the resolution on now allowing men to the Holy Communion, then they cannot remain there. They need to be given catechism, discipleship, to be prepared even to be fully commissioned as PCMF, fully commissioned members. And I believe we commend the parishes which are doing very well. They have gone through the pastoral sessions, because that's where we begin the pastoral role of preparing. Then we prepare them now to take up their role. And we also encourage men, when you are allowed into communion, where there is need to register your marriage, proceed. Do it with simplicity.
Yeah.
Come to the minister. Say, here I am with my family. We need only a witness. And you'll be blessed to carry on. Then the dowry process will continue all the way. But we desire now to tell men, usifungilie wanaume nje tena, waingie ndani.
Kabisa.
Na wanaingia. Coming Sunday, I know there will be commissionings. Next Sunday, there will be commissionings on 9. And we want to take this data. So later, there will be a template to put on the data to see the progress we are making. And so, with those many remarks, maybe, since we have our best way of making our signature, Ibrahim, although you have the high note. Yes.
So we just sing when we are seated, and if you are there, you can sing with that.
Yes.
Join us.
Akinita nitaitika, akinita nitaitika, akinita nitaitika, ya Bwana nitafanya, fanya kazi, fanya kazi, fanya kazi ya Bwana nitafanya, fanya kazi, fanya kazi, fanya kazi ya Bwana. God bless you. God bless you.
Akinita nitaitika, akinita nitaitika, akinita nitaitika, nitafanya kazi ya Bwana.